What happens when a coffee maker plant becomes the backbone of a missile program? On August 22nd, Russia launched a strike that ripped apart the Flex facility in western Ukraine. Official accounts suggested it was a harmless site for household appliances, even naming coffee makers as its main output. But the evidence told another story. Flex was not ordinary. It was a critical node in Ukraine's high-tech arms chain. Behind the cover of consumer goods, the plant enabled drones, cruise missiles, and precision strike weapons. Its destruction was not just an isolated event, it was a calculated blow against Ukraine's technological warfare engine. This video unpacks Flex's hidden role, the impact of its destruction, and the larger implications for the evolving war. So, what happens when one of these hidden facilities is wiped out? Keep your eyes on the story. Flex's importance came from what it actually produced and stored, not what officials claimed. Far from being a coffee maker facility, the plant was deeply embedded in Ukraine's high-tech arms production. Analysts highlight its specialization in converting imported electronic components into hardened systems for unmanned aerial vehicles, cruise missiles, and advanced precision-guided weapons. The August 22nd strike demonstrated a crucial truth. In modern war, infrastructure itself becomes the battlefield. Russia's precision missiles tore through the Flex plant, igniting fires that raged for hours and setting off explosions visible across the horizon. For locals, it was a reminder that industrial zones were no longer safe. For analysts, it was proof that Ukraine's war effort was far more deeply tied to hidden industry than admitted. Flex was more than just a production site. It functioned as a conversion hub, the last stop where imported civilian electronics became operational military assets. This made the plant irreplaceable. Without such facilities, Ukraine would struggle to keep foreign supply streams usable in combat. And beyond the technical side, Flex also acted as a logistics node. Explosives, sensors, and rare imported chips were stored there in bulk, ready to feed multiple arms projects. Flex, then, was both workshop and warehouse, a dual role that made it irreplaceable in Ukraine's defense chain. Its destruction did not just delay production, it erased reserves, equipment, and months of preparatory work. For Russia, hitting Flex meant cutting into the bloodstream of Ukraine's high-tech arsenal. Rebuilding Flex will not be simple. Machinery can be replaced, but expertise takes years to cultivate. The engineers who integrated Western technology into drones and missiles cannot be conjured overnight. The worst part? Ukraine's foreign supply lines are already strained. Replacing specialized chips, explosives, and circuits will depend on deliveries that Moscow is increasingly determined to disrupt. The consequences for Ukraine are not merely local. They are strategic. Drones and precision munitions are not optional extras. They have been the centerpiece of Ukraine's defense and counterattack strategy. With Flex offline, the steady flow of these systems is jeopardized. Every missile Ukraine launches, every drone strike it attempts, now carries the weight of dwindling reserves. Russia's strike was therefore more than the destruction of a building. It was a deliberate attempt to sever Ukraine's production continuity. This is why military analysts point out that the attack targeted not just walls and machinery, but Ukraine's ability to sustain high-tech warfare over the long haul. And here lies the broader shift. Once, factories were considered safe zones, part of the economic background of war. Today, they are frontline assets. Flex was where global supply chains were weaponized, and in modern conflict, such nodes matter as much as armored brigades or artillery batteries. Beyond the Flex plant, Russia expanded its precision strikes to a wider network of Ukrainian defense infrastructure in Kyiv. Reported on the military news Telegram channel on August 28th, the operation brought over 500 drones and missiles, ranging from Iskanders and Kinzhals to Ka-101s and Kalibrs, onto the battlefield, executing a layered offensive that left no margin for defense. These were not random strikes, they were calibrated blows, aimed at dismantling the pillars of Ukraine's technological and military backbone. Among the high-value targets were the Kyiv radio plant, a key hub for communications technology, Spetsoboronmash, an enterprise tied to specialized defense production, and Ukrspetsy system, a facility deeply involved in drone technologies and electronic warfare systems. Each of these sites represented more than just industrial infrastructure. They were extensions of Ukraine's war-fighting capability, directly feeding the front lines with equipment, systems, and support. Large warehouses and repair hangars were also taken out, erasing stockpiles and maintenance nodes that had kept Ukrainian weaponry operational. By crippling both the supply chain and the repair cycle, Russia struck at the heart of Ukraine's ability to regenerate its forces. The message was clear: no facility sustaining the war effort is beyond reach. In the August 21st and 28th strike, Russia did not rely on a single weapon. It unleashed a full spectrum of systems, each chosen for a precise role in a layered assault. The Kinzhal hypersonic missile, launched from MiG-31K jets, cut through defenses at Mach 10 with unpredictable maneuvers. No existing interceptor could touch it, making it the tip of the spear against the most fortified targets. The Iskander-M followed, mobile, tactical, and deadly accurate. Its quasi-ballistic flight path made tracking nearly impossible, while its heavy payloads were designed to shatter hardened sites like command nodes and military industrial plants. From the skies, Ka-101 stealth cruise missiles flew low and silent, slipping beneath radar nets with precision strikes from thousands of kilometers away. At sea, the Kaliber cruise missile mirrored that capability, striking from warships and submarines with the same terrain-hugging accuracy. But the operation did not begin with missiles. It began with noise, chaos, and sheer volume. Hundreds of German drones swarmed Ukrainian skies, not to destroy, but to exhaust. They forced air defenses to waste their interceptors, opening cracks in the shield. Together, these weapons formed a system of systems. Drones drained defenses. Cruise missiles widened the breach. Ballistics and hypersonics delivered the kill shot. This was not random firepower. It was a synchronized strike designed for total certainty. By destroying Flex, Moscow eliminated a keystone in Ukraine's technological infrastructure, a loss harder to replace than any single drone or missile. The strike was both material and symbolic, a reminder that wars today are fought as much in factories as in trenches, as much in warehouses as in the skies. Flex will not be remembered for coffee makers. It will be remembered as the place where Ukraine's hidden arsenal was exposed and destroyed, its fall written not in words but in fireballs. So, that's today's wrap-up. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching.